So, you found a stone with some weird cuts, and you think it might be an effigy. So what do you do next? First thing you want to do is just do a basic inspection. We're going back to flat spots, but you want to find those flat spots. Sometimes you're not going to have any, and you're going to have to see how it sits through all the madness. So just lay it down and see how it sits. When you find a sitting position, I can see a face right here. When you find a sitting position, rotate it, or stand up and walk around it. You don't see anything? Change the position. Repeat. Repeat it. Repeat it. Repeat it until you've viewed the entire thing. Now, if you see something, great. If you don't, keep looking. If you see something, we're ready to move on. I always tell people to follow the nose, and that's what we're going to do. Here's a nose. You see it goes up, down, back over. Nostril 1, nostril 2. When you find a nose, what I want you to do, now this is opposite for me, this is how it's going to work. So really, I want you to take that nose and I want you to hold it way out in front of you, right at you, like it's looking right at you. So put that nose right in front of you. Now for the video's sake, it's going to be backwards. So the nose is facing you. But what I want you to do is when you find that nose, I want you to roll it up. Do you see that? Now we've got a human face here. And maybe like a bear right there. So now that we've found the second image, we're going to take this little bear nose. See how that nose is on you now? Little nostrils. Spin that up. Now do you see that? Now you've got an eye, nose, and a mouth. Okay? Point that nose toward you. And roll up. Okay? I see an eye, nose, and a mouth. Actually, two eyes, nose, and a mouth. There's kind of the eye, nose, mouth. But if you get real technical, right there is a nose. So put that nose towards you. Roll it up. You see that one now? Right there. There's also one here. This is a bear. He's looking that way. Spin that nose. Roll it under. Oh, that's a tough one there. Okay, I got it. Eye. There's the nose. You see how it goes up, down, up, down. Now that looks like an M. So that's an M. It's even a triangle right there. We'll get into symbols later. But that is making the nose. Eye, nose. So we're going to point that nose at us. And there's actually another one right there if you want to see the eye, nose, mouth. Let's do that one. Do you see those two eyes, the nose and the mouth? Let's roll it under. Or up, whatever you want to. Let's follow the nose. Let's roll the nose. Well, that's a tough one. Is that another bear? Is that a deer? What is that? Let's find that again. Let's go back. Boy, that is a tough one. Oh, I just didn't go far enough. You see that? Now that's the eye, the nose, upper lip, mouth line, chin. Also makes a face this way. It's kind of a dual one in there. But anyways, find that nose. That's kind of creepy. Roll it up. Okay, I'm seeing that. Nose, eye, mouth. It's kind of like a semi-side profile facing that way. Facing kind of that way. Out that way at you. There's the nose right there. So we're going to take that and roll it up. Now we've got a bear. Do you see that? There's a bear face. Point his little nose at you. Roll it up. Now we've got a nose right here. Roll that up. Okay, now we're back to that. So that's pretty much all it is. Finding the nose, rolling it up, finding that nose, rolling it up, and then that gets you on your way. Now, when you hold it in your hand, I like to just kind of find 2 points. And this is where you're going to play with the 45-degree angles. And I'll just spin it. Like so. Until I say, hey, that's kind of a nose, and then I'll turn it like that. Play with the shadows. Okay, so that's really all it is. Just find the way it sits, and if it doesn't have a flat spot, it still will sit. It's going to sit up against 2 notches. 2 of the notches will make a way that it's supposed to sit. So, however the stone lays, an image surely will display. They made these things multi-image. I don't even know how to explain it. There's so many images on these stones. I don't even know how to explain it. Other than the fact that no matter how it's laying on the ground, when you look down, you'll be able to see something. You'll be able to notice something. So that's one thing that comes with time, is once you study the art and you've got eye, nose, brain, eye and nose burnt in your brain, and you're really looking for that nose, you'll start seeing it on stones before you even pick them up. You'll know that's why you need to pick that stone up. So it'll slowly turn from, is this one, to, that's one. And then you can pick it up and you'll know. Now, a lot of times, distance is a factor. Okay? So it might not look like much really up close. Well, that one does. You're not going to see that far detail from if it's laying on the ground. But you might see a nose shape or an eye poking out at you. That tells you to pick it up. Okay? So that's really all it is. This one does have weird cuts. It does have flat spots, but like I said, if it did not have these flat spots, I would just try and sit it. How does it lay? If it can't sit, it surely has to lay. So, how does it lay? Find the positions, spin it around, flip it, keep doing it. Do this, find your nose, find your eyes. Remember that everything always makes an image the other way, okay? You guys are going to learn how to read rocks. I'm going to teach you. Let me know if this is helping. Please let me know if this is helping at all. I need feedback to know if I'm doing it wrong or right. So, hopefully you're learning something. I want everybody to be able to learn this and have fun with it. It's just so fun. It's something so simple, but it's so fun and intriguing, and it opens up so many doors. You know, when I first started doing this, I was just looking at rocks. Now I'm looking at medical research, trying to figure out their brains and why they did it, and was it a bicameral mind, and was it this, and was it that, and it's just opened up a lot of doors. And not only do I feel like I'm more creative from studying it, I think my creativity level has went way up, but also my knowledge just to get there, to figure out and learn about these things a little bit. I'm reading a lot. I'm doing a lot of research, and there's hardly any information on these things. So I'm basically hoping that this little tidbit over here and this tidbit over here can kind of go together, and I'll finally figure it out. So slowly but surely we'll get these things figured out, but they're so simply complex. I mean, if you look at it, you can see everywhere. You can see everywhere that they hit. You can see everywhere that they napped. You can see the bulbs of percussion. So it's really simple techniques, but man, they were good. They were super good. They could get whatever desired result they wanted because they were in full control. They were masters. They knew how it worked. They'd done it so much that not only, let's say they're striking with the tool or they're doing pressure flaking. When you learn what to do from what not to do, you learn things along the way. And of course they probably had to learn what not to do in order to learn what worked. And sometimes mistakes are not mistakes. They can be learned from. Like, for instance, the guy that invented the bouncy ball, he was trying to make a really good rubber for tires. And it ended up being super bouncy. He ended up being a millionaire. Like, so sometimes mistakes are a good thing. So, you know, they just knew that, hey, if I do this here with this at this angle and about this hard, it's going to leave a mark about like this. And that's all it was. They were just masters of the stone. They had mastered the stone. It sounds crazy, but they knew how to do everything they needed. Out of it, they could get from it. Everything they needed out of this, they got from it, and probably more. It's just... it's just making something with pride, but on a whole different level. These complex ones, this is a very complex stone. I probably should have started with a little easier one. But you need to know that they're everywhere. All these little inlays. That's going to be an image. There's going to be an image there. There's going to be an image on the tip. The perimeter is going to make an image. The whole perimeter is going to make an image. There's usually a face facing this way and a face facing the other way. There's usually opposing faces. So, that's pretty much it. I'm out of here. We'll see you next time.